Kylie Jenner is going viral for having a breakdown on the Kardashians where she talks about her insecurity, her confidence, and the exhaustion that she feels towards people making constant comments about the way she looks. People are asking the question, is this fair that a person who has largely set the standard for this generation of women as far as beauty is now complaining about the standard she's held to? Let's talk about it.
Yeah, you better. Yeah, you better.
Alright guys, before we get into today's video, please like and subscribe. I'm not one to really talk about the Kardashians or the Jenners or get involved in this sort of celebrity back and forth, but this one is a particularly interesting subject matter that we've covered on the show before, and it's natural beauty versus cosmetic surgery, the current insecurities that a lot of women have surrounding their looks, who's setting the standard, how beauty trends change, and today we're hearing from Kylie Jenner, who is currently exhausted with the constant comments that she's getting about her looks, and this was featured in an episode of The Kardashians where she has a breakdown with Kendall. Let's watch.
How's everything going?
It's like a miracle that I still have confidence and I could still like look in the mirror and think that I'm pretty, because I just feel like after Paris there was like this picture which for the first time I was like, okay, we're not gonna wear a lot of makeup, so it's like I'm wearing too much makeup, and it's like, you're wearing too much makeup. Then I go and I don't wear a lot of makeup, and someone catches me in like a weird light. You can look at pictures since I'm 13. I just have these lines, but I've had them since I was a child. I hear nasty things about myself all the time. I don't think it's this particular headline that makes me feel vulnerable or hits me harder. I think it's just after 10 years of hearing about it, 10 plus years, it just gets exhausting. I'm kind of like so numb to people talking about my looks at this point, and I just want to know why on the internet no one says anything or think that it's okay.
Well, I think that's a general thing with our family. We're dehumanized. Like, they don't think that there's any rules with us, whereas like if you talked the same way you do about us about any other woman, people would come to their defense all day long. But for some reason with us, it's like they don't think we have any feelings. I
went on a journey the last year dissolving like half my lip filler. I hate even having this conversation over and over and over again because it feels like it's a waste of my breath, because I think with me it's just never gonna change, but it's just been just like, why do people think it's okay to talk about me? And then I'll see some comments and it's like, or some people be like, this is really mean, and defend me. Like, why are we talking about her looks? It's 2024. And then I'll see other comments like, because she did it to herself, she up her face, she has so much surgery. And I'm like, even if I did get so much surgery and I have this and I got all these things, I still don't think it's okay to talk about someone's looks.
I agree.
People have been talking about my looks since I was 12, 13. Before I even got lip filler, people talk about my looks. So it's like, and it's just so hurtful. I look old. I see it under every post.
I'm not even just saying this. You've never looked younger and you've never looked better.
Thank you. I think that I'm really strong, and I was put in this position for a reason. I do think of myself as a confident person. I'm like so grateful, so blessed that I can wake up and look in the mirror and like what I see and think that I'm beautiful. I'm also human, and there's only so much someone can take.
Considering we're not gonna change anyone's opinions or minds, no matter how much we talk about it, everyone's gonna think, I've had a full facial reconstruction and so have you. Like, nobody's gonna think differently. It's just like, I think it's become like our family's been, you know, in the industry for a long time and it's never stopped. So I think it's like, sadly, it's something that we just have to like really grow tough skin on.
Okay. First of all, I want to say that I think Kendall came in with a few words of wisdom there at the end, saying this is something that we experience by virtue of being in the position that we're in. As Kardashians and Jenners, they are A-list celebrities. They are constantly being looked at. In fact, a lot of their brand and lifestyle surrounds looks and aesthetic. So it makes sense that people are constantly looking at them and then having commentary about those looks. Now, do I think that everybody should have to be subjected to negative commentary as they are a celebrity and this is the life that they chose? shows. No, I don't think that they should have to experience it. It's just, in being a realist, that's how life is for people who are celebrities. And I want to challenge an idea that was exclaimed in this video, that they experience it just as their family, and this is not an experience that all go through. If you are on the internet, meaning you are posting videos, photos of yourself online, you are experiencing scrutiny. I don't care who you are. You can be a Kardashian, you can be an average Joe. If you're posting on the internet, people are looking at you, perceiving you, and giving commentary on your looks. It happens to all of us. It is not a Kardashian Jenner exclusive problem. But I do have a lot of sympathy for Kylie. It's really tough to constantly have people scrutinizing you and saying negative or positive things about the way you look. It can inflate or deflate your ego. It can make you feel insecure about features that maybe you weren't insecure about before. And overall, I think it places a significant amount of importance on beauty, aesthetic, and material things where there should not be that much importance. However, I have to point out the massive elephant that is in the room with us right now, and that is that the Kardashians and Jenners have set the beauty standard, and I think I've been happy to do that for quite some time now with their body shape, their facial aesthetics, and people have been following the Kardashians and Jenners for what, like a decade now you've been hearing these names? And Kylie in particular, when it comes to facial surgeries and cosmetic alteration, hasn't been the most forward about procedures that she has undergone. Let's roll the clip.
So it's normal to be insecure sometimes, but I always just remember being like the most confident kid in the room. I always loved myself. I still love myself. And one of the biggest misconceptions about me is that I was like this insecure child and I got so much surgery to change my whole face, which is false. I've only gotten fillers, and I feel like I don't want that to be a part of my story. I will always want everyone to just love themselves.
And I'm not going to use this video as a time to break down what I believe are the cosmetic surgeries that Kylie Jenner has undergone or what plastic surgeons think that she's done to her face. All I'm going to say is that when you are a person who is largely setting a beauty standard for a large group of people and you are outright denying cosmetic procedures and operations, people are going to start to scrutinize you, probably far more than they would have just with you being an honest celebrity. Not to mention that Kylie Jenner also owns Kylie Cosmetics, which puts you in the spotlight as far as you look and again opens you up to more commentary. Whether we like it or not, whether we advise people talk about other people's appearances or not, it happens, and unfortunately it is just the way the world works. And Kylie Jenner and her entire family have been people who have benefited from the fact that this is the way the system works for quite some time. If you're going to reap the benefits from the way the system is set up, while also undergoing cosmetic procedures and lying to the public about those cosmetic procedures in order to reap further benefits, you're also going to have to deal with the disadvantages that come from that. And I'm not denying that those disadvantages exist and at a large scale if you are a member of their family. If most of us were dealing with the onslaught of comments that the Kardashians and Jenners were dealing with on a day-to-day basis, we might be crying a few tears every now and then too. But we could probably wipe those tears with the millions of dollars that we get from our cosmetic company. But of course, I'm just joking. You know, in the heat of insecurity and sadness, that's really all you can feel. And it doesn't matter how much money you have to satiate that feeling, although it doesn't hurt. But what I find more interesting about this video than necessarily asking the question, should we feel bad for Kylie Jenner, is the emphasis on the fact that all of the cosmetic procedures that she has undergone did not alleviate her insecurity. And so often we are sold this lie, in my opinion, that undergoing cosmetic procedures, getting filler, Botox, buccal fat removal, rhinoplasties, chin filler, cheek filler, eyebrow lifts, lip lifts, these things are going to alleviate our insecurities and make us feel better about ourselves. Now, for some, that may be true, but I don't think it's the truth for all. And in the case of this vulnerable example with Kylie Jenner, you're seeing somebody who has gotten several cosmetic procedures over the last decade who is still feeling insecure about themselves and has not reached full confidence, even though she may tell the camera that she is totally confident. Society rewards certain aesthetics and it pushes new trends and body standards, and the Jenners and Kardashians have happily been part of that for quite some time. Or maybe they're just pawns in the greater use of beauty and aesthetics. But what it leads to is depression, anxiety, insecurity, eating disorders, cosmetic surgeries, all these different things that we are now subjecting ourselves to in the name of achieving beauty and hopefully societal benefit. I think about changes that I can make to make myself more beautiful. I'm sure you think about that from time to time as well. And maybe it's because we want to reap the benefits benefits that society gives to beautiful people. Maybe it's because we are deep down insecure about something, or we didn't learn to love ourselves. But I think greater than thinking about what you can do to change yourself and make yourself more beautiful, it's just learning to accept yourself for who you are and trying to lead a life that is healthy for your body and mind. And I think beauty will follow. A lot of you guys don't like talking about Kardashians and Jenners, and to be frank, neither do I, but it's interesting that this has been somebody who's received so much benefit from all the cosmetic alterations that they've undergone and being this sort of vision and beauty that she has been for a decade now. And she's showing this vulnerable side, although we could be a little bit more honest on the procedure side. And it's showing us that this sort of helpless pursuit of more beauty and more symmetry and creating a look that people find pleasing is not a rewarding pursuit. And if you peel back the money and the celebrity and the family name, which I know is quite difficult to do in listening to somebody of her status, you'll find that she's just an insecure woman like many of us. And that is not a negative comment about Kylie Jenner. I don't want that to be misconstrued. It's the reality, and it's a reality that we all experience. And for once, Kylie is looking more human now than ever, and I'm not talking about her aesthetics, I'm talking about her words, the vulnerability. And if there's anything she could probably learn from this moment, it's just to be more honest about the feelings, about the procedures, about everything. I think honesty will breed more positivity than her life, than maybe what we've seen so far. But those are just my thoughts on this video. Drop your thoughts in the comments down below. Do you feel sympathy? Do you not? I know a lot of people were saying, Kylie, you perpetuated the problem. Now you're dealing with everything that comes with that problem. And they had nothing more to say to her on this one. I'm curious if you're one of those people. Drop it in the comments down below. As always, if you disagree with anything I said in this video, drop it down below. I encourage healthy debate, so duke it out, but do so respectfully. And if you like this video, like, subscribe, click the notification bell to be notified every single time I post a video for you guys, which is every day. And I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.
Yeah, you better. Yeah, you better.